so neat to see somebody really enjoying something you've raised.
Along the coast near Shell Point Beach, thousands of oysters are being harvested in a coastal bay. In this week's Totally Tallahassee, we're hopping on a boat to see the impact oyster farming has had on our community. Out on the open water, Deborah Keller is driving her boat into another day of work.
If you would have asked me 7 years ago, was I going to be an oyster farmer, I would have looked at you like, what?
But now she goes by Oystermom.
I'm taking care of these babies. They're animals. I need to tend to them. It seemed like the right name for me.
With a small team, Deborah spends most days harvesting the perfect oyster from her water column of about 150 cages.
Native American Indians were doing oyster aquaculture in this area. And oyster aquaculture has been prevalent throughout the world, but not here in Florida. We level out the oysters in the bag.
That all changed in 2015 when the Wokala Environmental Institute brought Deborah on their advisory board to help bring back the species.
That was my passion, was let's see how fast we can get oysters back into this water, create jobs, boost the economy, and do this good thing for the environment.
Deborah says it's important to have oysters back in the bay because they're environmental engineers who keep the water clean and clear for underwater grasses and other aquatic life.
Oysters are reproduced in a hatchery, and they're raised up. I purchase oysters at about 6 millimeters in size. So this is a little bit bigger than my purchase price.
She says it takes about a year for an oyster to be ready to be harvested.
We'll bring those cages up onto the side of the boat and pull out the bags. Then we'll put them into the hopper of the tumbler and tumble them, sort them, as I said, by size, rebag them at 1/4 full because we want to make sure our densities stay low, and then put them back on the water. Kind of equipment.
She sells oysters at farmers markets and restaurants in the Big Bend, turning a temporary project into her new passion and career.